Good morning, and thank you for tuning into my channel. My name is Eric Bernaccio, and right now we're just finishing up the 10th and final part of the 10 fitness commandments, which is exercise. And we're just going to go over the importance of exercise, the importance of setting goals, the importance of different routines, and just different techniques and ways to exercise in the gym and avoid hitting plateaus, and that way you can accomplish your goals. So with that being said, your first thing you should do when you decide to exercise, or if you already are exercising, is you got to have a goal. And your goals may change as you accomplish your goals. And they may change as you start to reach your goals instead of even a more in-depth goal, but you got to make sure it's achievable first of all. And by achievable, I mean, do you have the time within your lifestyle where you can fit this routine into it? Do you have the resources and the availability to be able to consume the nutrients from eating meals and stay on a strict diet in order to accomplish your goals? Do you have the access to a gym right now or equipment? Do you have a membership to a gym when the gyms are normally open? These are all just different things you need to keep in consideration. You can't set a goal without having some sort of tools in place to help you achieve that goal. And what is your goal? Is your goal to build muscle? Is your goal to become lean? Is your goal to just lose weight? Keep in mind that whatever you do to accomplish your goal, that you're going to have to continue to do that to maintain and keep what you've accomplished. You can't just lose an X amount of pounds and go right back to eating a whole bunch of filth and expect to keep the weight off. That isn't how it works. People that are lean year round, they have strict diets and they do strict regimens of exercise and they stay hydrated, and there's just a lot of different fundamental hard work that goes into it mentally and physically. Schedule. You want to make sure that you have a schedule when it comes to exercise. And for me, my schedule is typically, and it fluctuates from week to week. It depends on it. Everybody has to deal with life on life's terms, and I have different other commitments that are sometimes at night, such as fellowshipping at a Narcotics Anonymous meeting, or whether it's a Bible study, or if I go over to Teen Challenge and catch a Friday night chapel. These are all different variables that will be where I'll substitute my workouts in on a different day at a different time, because I have to have balance in my life. That's important as well too. You just can't be all working out and expect to keep your spiritual contentment and keep your mental stability. Working out is great, and it's a wonderful thing, and it's very applicable to the Christian walk, very applicable to just the discipline that you may receive in a military type base, but it can't be everything. You have to have that balance, be grounded and whole. So schedule for me is typically 2.5, 3 hours a day. I do one body part a day, and for example, like a week for me could be from 4 to 7, Monday through Friday, where I'm on Monday doing bench press, and then that's for about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Then the last 45 minutes, I'll do about 20 to 25 minutes of abs, and then I'll do 20 to 25 minutes of cardio. And I found out that this is what works best for me through trial and error. And when it comes to bodybuilding, which is what I'm doing, it's more important to me to focus on one body part per day instead of doing a push-pull press type of workout routine. I don't like doing the bro split where you add triceps on shoulder or chest day, or add biceps on back or leg day. For me, it just doesn't. I don't. One of my body parts will lose the potential gains if I'm doing that, or I just won't be able to maximize the growth through splitting the workups up like that. For me, having a routine, making sure that you're there every single time that you say you're going to be there. For me, like I pack my gym bag the day before because I go right from work to the gym. So that way it holds me accountable in a sense. I have all my stuff, my pre-workout, my amino acids, my protein all mixed up. I have my gym clothes to change into. I have my headphones for my music, and then I'm ready to rock and roll. Consistency. Even when you don't want to go, you have to go. Those are probably the times you're going to get the best workouts and you're going to get the most out of them. Just making sure that you at least show up and you do something. And you just got to keep the mindset where what is it you're trying to accomplish? Like, you're not going to accomplish a goal by not putting in the work. The hard work is definitely needed for you to accomplish anything. Just think about anything in life where you've become really good and well at it. How much time have you invested into it? How much effort did you put into it? I mean, these are things to consider when it comes to consistency. Switching days as body parts. So your body, your muscle has memory, and after a while, it'll know, hey, all right, on Monday, I'm going to come in and do bench press. It's going to be flat bench. Then I'm going to do incline. Then I'm going to do dumbbell flies. Then I'm going to do the incline press machine. Then I'm going to do cables, all three angles. Your body remembers that. All right. So if you want to maximize growth, first of all, what I do is every week or every other week, I'll switch what day I do my body part on. Like, it might be chest on Monday one week. Next week I'm doing chest on Wednesday. Might be legs on Tuesday. Next week I'm doing legs on Friday. But I try to make sure I at least got 5 days rest in between my last body part of training because of the intense levels and heavy lifting that I do. That way my body gets the proper amount of rest. Also, switching the order in which you do exercises. If you don't like switching the whole day, at least switch the order in which you do stuff. Maybe not doing your compound movement first. Maybe doing a few isolation exercises, like for bench, doing the cables first to warm up. And then also doing maybe a machine before you get into your compound press. But you want to switch things up because your muscle does have memory, and it will be like, all right, well, I already know this is going to happen, so I'll just prepare for this. And the next thing you know, you're not able to get the hypertrophy, get the blood flow. You're not able to tear the muscle fibers and they continue to grow. Switching how you lift heavy or rep out. So 1 week I'll go really heavy, almost close to max on weights, and then there'll be like 2 or 3 weeks in a row where I'll do about 75% of my max, and I'll get as many reps as I can on every set. And I keep switching this up in order to maximize growth, in order to maximize gains, in order to just trick the body and don't let it ever get comfortable with one thing. Trying new exercises to see what works for you. I research hundreds and hundreds of YouTube videos of pro bodybuilders, of just social media moguls, trainers of professional bodybuilders, just athletic people in general, people that have a good sense of information. I do the research on it, make sure that they're credible, first of all. Then I actually try some of their workouts and see what works for me. Not everything that somebody else does is going to work for you, and not everything you do is going to work for me. So it's important to cipher through the exercises and see what gives your body the best, what helps your body optimize growth the best. And then that's what I would apply to your workout. Take what's good for you and discard the rest. Don't count reps. Go to your at least 1 or 2 reps away from failure. And then this right here is just something for me. Like, I used to always be like, all right, I gotta do 10 reps, but then I wasn't focusing on the actual squeeze. You know, like when you're doing biceps, like, you want your arm to squeeze all the way up and then squeeze all the way down and get the eccentric motion going down. You just don't want to do the rep to do the rep, because you're not going to get anything out of that. You're just pushing weight. There's no muscle building going there. You're not tearing the fibers. You're not maximizing your growth. And when you do that, when you just push weight, you're actually using other body parts instead of the actual one that you're training that'll be there to help assist it. So it's really important for me at this point of the game. I don't count reps. I just go until I'm 1 or 2 reps away from exhaustion, unless it's on my last set, and that's what I'm looking to do, go until exhaustion, until I can't. Warming up the muscles. To me, it's very important to warm up the muscles. I'll do at least one exercise where I go lightweight before I even hop right into my heavy working out, just to get things lubricated, moving around, and that way I'm able to prevent my risks of having injuries. Stretching is important. You want to make sure that you're stretched out. Make sure that you're stretching the fibers of the muscles of the body part in which you're working out that day. It's also important to stretch daily. You don't want to have complete immobility. As bodybuilding progresses and the more muscle mass you obtain, the less flexible you become. So you want to make sure that you're constantly able to just keep your flexibility through stretching and not allow yourself become stiff and unable to have body functions. Like, what's the point of that? I don't see any point in that. Isolation movements opposed to compound movement. Compound movement would be like a bench press of any type, whether it's incline, decline, or press, or military press, or squats, any type of squats. These are compound movements. Isolation movements would be like cable flies, or like leg extensions, or lateral raises with the dumbbells for your delts. These are all things that should be placed strategically throughout your workout. Like, you want to have a good foundation of compound movements, but then you want to have the isolation movements to help, just because compound movements are basically for muscle density and just width and thickness, and then the isolation movements are what typically sculpt the muscle and just giving it that definition and carving it out. As a bodybuilder, you're an artist, and your goal is to just make the best physique possible. Supersets, drop sets, and super drop sets. This is something I apply to my workouts quite often, especially when I'm strapped for time and I got to get through a workout at the gym, but also it just, for me, gives me the best benefits. Supersets is when you're doing 2 or more exercises at a time. It's easy to do with a partner, so once your partner finishes his set and you finish your set, you just switch machines and just keep alternating back and forth. Drop sets is when you reach a certain weight on a machine or an exercise, and which is a goal of yours. Then you go all the way back down by dropping, at least 3 different times. So if you get all the way up to 100 pounds on tricep push downs, then I would say drop it 30 pounds to 70. And then after you do your set of whatever you're doing on the 100, then you drop the 70, then you do at least 10 to 15, then you drop it down to 60 or 50, then you do 10 to 15, then you drop it down to either 40 or 30, then you do 10 to 15. So that's a drop set. And then super drop sets is when you're doing that with multiple exercises at once. So for me, like, these are just different techniques to shock the muscle, to be able to get the blood flow, to tear the fibers, and to be able to maximize growth. Ladder rack reps. This is another good technique if you want to just kick up the intensity and bring your workouts to another level. So if you're doing just bicep curls at the rack, and you got a set of dumbbells at a 25, 35, 45, and 55, you do your sets of X amount of reps of the 25, 35, 45, 55, all the way up, but then you work all the way back down. Then you do another set of 55, 45, 35, 25. And if you have a partner, and if it's too much to do at once at first, then you just take a quick break in between each set and work all the way up and down. But then if you're at a level, which I'm doing now, you can do it all in one set, where you're doing possibly 100 to 150 reps just in one exercise without stopping. So you'll do the 25s, drop and pick up the 35s, do another set, drop and pick up the 45s, do another set, drop, no break at all. Your break is putting the dumbbells down and picking up the next set of dumbbells. So slow and controlled. All right, when you're lifting, like I said earlier, you don't want to just go through the motion of just doing it to do it. Like, you want to have slow and control. You want to be able to control the weight that you're doing. You don't want to just push 315 on bench, but then you can't control it. You can't push it off your chest from a stop position. Like, that's not true strength. That's momentum, and that's using other body parts. You might arch your back. There's just different things that you need to keep into consideration when it comes to having slow and controlled and good form. Good form is the best way to optimize the exercise for what you're trying to do. Mind to muscle connection. I've been working out pretty much my whole life on and off, and I never until this past year got the mind muscle connection aspect of bodybuilding and lifting weights. Now, every single time I do any type of exercise, I try to make sure that I'm getting the muscle to fire. And by fire, I mean as if whatever body part you are flexing as hard as you can, when you have that exercise to its peak position, you should be feeling that body part flex to maximum, to the max. And then when you got that, then you release it down as slow as you possibly can to get the eccentric motion. You want to make sure that you're able to do this, and if you can master this right here, I promise you it'll open up a whole new door of lifting weights. You'll be on fire for working out. You'll want to get to the gym and want to explore and see how you can get different muscles to fire, and just be able to just get the mindset, and by keeping the mindset and having the mindset to get the mind muscle connection, you need to eliminate distractions. I don't answer the phone when I'm at the gym. I just put on certain music and I just work out. I don't talk to anybody when I'm at the gym unless somebody approaches me. I'm in there for a purpose. I'm in there to bang this workout out and to just grow and to be able to optimize my time to the best and not waste time and not to get distracted and keep my focus on what it is I'm trying to do. Work out with a partner to push heavy weight. This is very important. I have a partner, it's my brother-in-law, and it's also important just for accountability. Like if I don't want to go one day, he's ready to go. Now I feel obligated. I'm going to let him down if I don't go, and vice versa. And we push each other. We push each other to do heavy weights. We push each other to get that extra rep. We're just there to spot each other for safety as well. But just the encouragement and just the aspect of having somebody else there that wants to achieve the same goals as you just keeps you motivated, and you kind of compete with each other. There's certain things that he's stronger than me at, there's certain things I'm stronger than him at, and that's fine. And we need to just be able to push each other to keep each other focused on our goals. Mind over matter. There's a lot of times where you'll be afraid of getting hurt, afraid you can't do certain weight, afraid these are just fears of the mind, but really you're strong enough to do these things. But the mindset of having yourself convinced that you can't do something actually diminishes the ability to be able to actually physically do it. So get your mind right. Focus on what it is you're going to do. Always strive to be a better you. Seek to improve. Visualize yourself of achieving the activity. When I'm working out, I'll think all day long throughout the day what body part I'm going to work, how I'm going to work it, and what I'm going to do to achieve that. And I'll have a certain weight or a goal in my head, and then sometimes I get to the gym and I switch it up and, oh wait, no, I'm going to do something else, because you got to listen to your body as well. If your body's feeling fatigued in a certain area, didn't get enough rest, or maybe there's a lingering pain or an injury that might be occurred, you have to listen to your body. You can't force things. You're going to get seriously injured. For me, what was it, about close to 5 months ago, I was doing hack squats and I tore, I believe it was either a tendon or a hamstring, and I had to put it back up as I was going down because there was no safety bar on it. So when I did that, I tore something pretty bad. I actually had a bruise on the inside of my thigh that was the size of bigger than a softball, we'll say that. It was dark, deep purple, and it hindered my ability to do legs for a while. I waited only a month and a half. Stupid on my behalf. I didn't give it enough time to recover, and I went right back into a heavy leg press where I was doing 12 plates on each side, and I felt it pop again. And I was like, all right, stop being stubborn, get rid of the ego lifting, and lift for longevity, and be smart about this. So I didn't do legs for about 2.5, 3 months after that, and I slowly worked myself back in. I did one exercise at a time per a week. Then I added another exercise, and now about, I'd say 6 or 7 weeks now from the initial day where I started doing legs again. It might even be more now, but right now I'm squatting already close to 500 pounds. You gotta listen to your body. You can't just force it. You can't just allow the ego lifting to enable you to get injured, it's not worth it, because then you're not going to be able to achieve any of your goals if you got a serious career-ending injury where you're not going to be able to work out the way you want to. Positive affirmations, and then like I said, visualize yourself doing something. You got to tell yourself you can do this, that you're going to do this. Don't allow negativity to come into your mindset. If there's people around you that are constantly putting negative, just swaying negative encouragement to you, or discouragement rather, you need to cut those people out of your life. You need people that are going to support you, that want you to be a better you. People in my life that are full of encouragement are what I allow to stay around. People that are of negative, just have negative spirits, I've cut those people out. I don't allow them to be in my life. I don't allow people that don't want to be better, that just destroy their lives on a daily basis. And if I see people that want help with things, I'm willing to help them, and anybody can ask me questions, message me anytime. I'm constantly getting messages about nutrition, about exercises, about supplementation, just different stuff, and I'm just trying to grow a brand, and just document my life and what God's doing in my life and what He's done in my life, and just the accomplishments that He's done through me. Share these things with others. So feel free to ask me anything at any time. Also, focus on weaknesses. My final point here. So if you have a body part that's lacking, or an area where you're struggling, it might be abs. You don't have the abs that you want. You don't have the calves that you want. Like, you need to do those in the beginning of your workouts. You need to do more sets and more reps of those. And you need to push yourself to be able to keep your focus on your troubled areas in which you need to improve. Once you're able to make the step and the commitment to a better life, you'll want to improve all areas of your life. Like, there'll be things that are lacking in your life, and you want to be able to just build those up so you become so well-rounded. And that's the same thing with bodybuilding. You want to become well-rounded as a whole. And I mean, I could talk about exercise for days. These are like basic fundamental things that I apply when it comes to exercising. I'm definitely going to be doing some exercise tutorial videos, hopefully starting next week, God willing. I'm going to be quite busy with school, and I just wanted to get in the routine of doing these 2 videos I'm doing daily. This weekend I'll be doing a full documentary / testimony of my life, of what it is that that I've been through, how I grew up, and where I ended up, and where God delivered me from. So just to give some experience, strength, and hope of my life, to people can have a better understanding of who I am as a person, and where I've come from, and how much God has actually changed me from where I was. So with that being said, if you like this video, hit like, share, please subscribe, and comment if you have anything to say. And that was part 10 of the Fitness Commandments exercise for Tip of the Day series. And with that being said, tune in tomorrow. Have a great day. Thanks.